Imoto Ayako has traveled over to 100 countries. Her total distance traveled is enough to go around the world several times. She's explored nature's beauty and reported on exotic animals and eccentric locals. Yes, so what? What is she, some kind of crazy adventurer? No, she's not even a person who loves all animals.
That's crazy!
She's a comedian from the countryside of Japan. Let's take a look at how she got there. Emoto was born in Tottori. And if you don't know about Tottori, it's famous for sand dunes. And Emoto was an active child. At a young age, she dreamed of being the star of her own kids' show. Her father's a civil servant and mother a nutritionist, and they provided a very stable and loving upbringing. Emoto was rather athletic and did volleyball and track and field. She acted in school plays and was known to be quite funny. In 1999, she applied to Morning Musume, but didn't receive a callback. Of course, right? But interesting side note, she did win her high school's beauty pageant, and in recent years we've seen what she can look like without the funny makeup. Afterwards, she attended university to study information science. Initially, she had hoped that by moving closer to Tokyo, she would get the opportunity to try out to be Amado Namie's backup dancer. But that didn't happen. And by her third year of university, a time when most Japanese students begin hunting for their job, she realized she didn't want a regular job and entered Watanabe School of Entertainment to become a comedian. She teamed up with fellow comedian Barbie to create Tokyo Horomon Musume. After graduating, they both entered the Watanabe Talent Agency. They were considered amateurs, but still entered the M1 Grand Prix in 2006, which is Japan's big comedy competition. Emoto remembers being extremely nervous and causing a number of slip-ups, which resulted in a quick elimination and them disbanding their duo. Emoto wasn't ready to give up, though. She flew solo and caught a really lucky break in 2007. The still relatively new variety show Ittiki was holding a competition for their new segment, Rare Wildlife Hunter. What kind of competition? A quiz of zoology? No, it was a simple foot race. This was probably because their first segment was to race a Komodo dragon, which really makes me think the producers weren't expecting much from the wildlife hunter. In fact, looking at the competition, I can't help but wonder what would have happened if one of these guys had won instead of Emoto. Would the segment have continued for as long as it did? I guess we'll never know. Since then, the show has constantly pushed her to her physical and mental limits. She even climbed Kilimanjaro in 2009 on the whim of the director, which caused the creation of the Ittiki Mountain Climbing Club segment. After receiving some special training, she's climbed some of the tallest mountains in the world, and was even scheduled to climb Mount Everest, though it was called off due to bad weather. A decision which left Emoto with mixed feelings, but mostly relief, as she honestly feared for her life training for Everest. A sentiment a lot of people in Japan could sympathize with, as in a following poll discovered, the majority of viewers did not want Emoto to reattempt climbing Everest. In 10 years' time, she went from this to this. But traversing the Amazon and the savannah will do that to a person. Not only getting wilder and stronger, but also flexing her acting muscles. And well, some people have poked fun at her acting, and others have said that it's given her a big head. But I think deep down, she still gives a very genuine performance on Variety. Anyway, I think she's a remarkable person, and she's proof that ordinary can become extraordinary with the right motivation. And I sincerely hope she'll continue to be a positive role model for the people of Japan.